Hi, everyone. I know we're like 5 minutes early, but I was ready to go, and otherwise I was just going to be sitting here twiddling my thumbs, and that didn't appeal to me, so I was like, yeah, we'll start 5 minutes early, since Fridays was such a disaster, which I do have an announcement regarding that, but we'll wait till we have some more people in here. That way we can inform everyone all at once. All right, but let's go ahead and start with question of the day. Would you rather have the power to become proficient in any musical instrument or have the ability to read thoughts? Mine is definitely the instrument. I was thinking this might be an easy one because I don't think I want to know what everyone's thinking. My anxiety would go through the roof. But learning to play the piano, and if you're proficient, like, yeah, I'd probably choose the instrument. Durbin says, musical instruments, I do not need to know what other people are thinking. Right, exactly. That would help decipher my autistic son's brain and what he needs when he can't express it. See, I can see how that could be helpful. Absolutely. Maylin, hello. Brooke, hello. Power is out at a bad storm last night. Oh my gosh. Well, save your battery. Hopefully they'll get that fixed quickly for you, Maylin. Definitely read thoughts. Mrs. Butterfly, hello. Dawn, hello. Momo, no, don't read other people's thoughts. Trouble. Solo the music for me. No, that's fair. Let's see. Brooke says, oh, on her mercy. Brooke says, read thoughts because it would help my anxiety if I knew what everyone thought of me. See, I feel like it would be the opposite for me. Let's see. Finally made a live. I'm so glad you're here, Momo. Let's see. Kim, hello. Mercy says, I don't want to know what others are thinking. That's fair, Mercy. Let's see. Britt says, I take playing the piano. I don't want to. Right? I think we're all of the same idea. Let's see. Kim says musical instrument. Carol, hello. Kara says both. Kara, you can't choose both. You gotta choose one. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anyone. Cece, hello. Definitely read thoughts. All right. Miss Scones also says read thoughts. Missed the Saturday Live one, but now I'm here. You're not missing much, Kara. It was a complete hot mess. Like, absolutely. Kim, definitely don't want to know. Too nosy, not to, hold on, I read that wrong. Not to want to know what people are thinking. My brain didn't brain that one very good. Should be on at 1. Oh, well, at least they gave you like a notice ahead of time. For Kara, it was because she, I believe our Friday evening is her Saturday morning. So it was still our Friday evening stream. Let's see. Callie, hello. Renee, hello. So yeah, Friday for us, but Saturday for her. Well, we've got like 18 people in here so far, and I'll fill them in again, but we don't have too many announcements aside from there's going to be a little bit of a change to the schedule. Again, Kara, it was a disaster and a half, so you're all good. We only ended up coloring like this much. I've got the window open, so it's really bright. But see, Renee says instrument, definitely don't want to know what people are thinking. So as most of you that have been around here for a number of the streams have noticed, not so much Wednesday mornings, but Friday evenings, it seems to be about 50-50 whether or not the internet will cooperate. Oh, nice, Maylin. Yeah, ours is done. Our kiddos are done in a couple weeks here. But consistently, since we have moved to this new neighborhood, Friday streams have had some issues as far as dropping frames and bitrate and all of that. Now, we technically have fiber optic internet, which is supposed to be good. And when it's not having issues, it is good. The download and upload speeds are flipping fabulous. But I hate seeming like I'm unreliable because my internet cannot hold out. I don't know if it's where we live or the neighborhood or because it's in the evening, like everybody's using the internet. I just don't know. And the problem with that is I have done everything on my end that I can do. We've talked to the internet company. I'm hardwired into the internet. I've, triple, quadruple checked the bit rate. Like there's just nothing else that I can do on my end. And I don't know if maybe the instability will continue until the construction around us is done, or if that has anything to do with it. The fact of the matter is, I just don't know. But what I do know is that it's not my fault because I can't control it. I can't change it, which I know most of you are pretty understanding. So at the end of the line, it'll drop significantly when everyone is on it. Yeah. So here's my plan. Here's my plan. I don't want to cut out, I don't want to go down to 1 day a week because I consistently don't have issues during this time of the day. So here is what we are going to do, because currently nobody streams Friday mornings. Now I'm hesitant to do this because I know it alienates an entire time zone. One of the perks, hi Suzanne, hi Elise. And Britt, did I say hi to you? Hello. One of the perks of streaming once a week in the morning and once a week in the evening is that it covers essentially both time zones. But there's no point in doing that if the streams can't hold out, right? So for the time being, what is going to change is that I am going to switch Friday streams to be morning streams. Now I say that I have a doctor's appointment on Friday at 9 a.m. So we may push it out just a little bit further this Friday. Just keep an eye for when Fridays is scheduled. I might start it at 11 instead Friday morning. But the point is, for whatever reason, evening streams are not working. And again, I hate to make it seem like I'm unreliable by, I either have to cancel Fridays or it's all sketchy. Hi, Momo. So for the time being, we are now going to have right. Yeah. And so for the time being, we are going to have 2 streams a week still, but they're going to be Wednesday morning and Friday morning. Now, I haven't officially changed the schedule on the YouTube page or in the command, but I will make a note and change it. Hi, Della, change it everywhere that for now. Right, I know. And honestly, with the way the kids' schedules are and where we're at, I have to be up in the mornings and ready to go. Alarm goes off at 6 a.m. and I got to be up to do that. And so a lot of times when I stay up late on Friday nights, it kind of throws a wrench in my sleep schedule. So I think we are just at the point of where we live and the way the kids' schedule is. Mornings are just going to have to be it. So I know that saying this on a morning actually works out well because morning is good for all of you. So for those of you that my evening time zone works better for you, I apologize. But at this point, there's no point in streaming the evenings if the stream isn't going to go through. So that was kind of the big announcement I had for today. I will make an official announcement in the community tab. I pre-apologize to anyone that, my evening streams are better for your time zone, but I just got to do what works for me and my schedule and the kids and unfortunately the internet here. So I'll remind everybody again, midway through stream. But yeah, so as of now, we're going to be switching to Wednesday mornings and Friday mornings. Now, I do have more stuff to talk about, but I wanted to make sure that I got that one out of the way. If you were here Friday evening, thanks everyone. If you were here Friday evening, we did work on this. How much anybody heard? I don't know. But what I do know is that we are behind on this page. I want it to be a lot further along than we are now. So I'm not going to... Exactly. I think the only reason that some people might be disappointed is because they can't earn points unless they're at the live. But there's just not a whole lot that I can do about that. So, yeah. So we're going to jump in. I have some other things that I want to chat about. Okay, good. I have some other things that I want to chat about, but we're going to get started on this because I want to try and catch up on where we should be on this. I don't want this page to take, 8 parts. And today is what? Part 4. Today's part 4. I feel like I should have gotten at least this much done. So here is my plan. If you were here on Friday, I have all of these images that I am using as inspiration pictures for our fruit and such. Oh, I moved the banana over there. Hang on. Come here, banana. We're going to grab that. And what was this one? The honeyberries? Yes. Okay. The honeyberries, yoink, excuse me, are right here. So these are because we're doing kind of a wintry kind of thing and they're definitely turning out more blue. We're going to try and make some of them a little bit more white. I feel like this one would be a good candidate for slightly more white fruit. Poland is happy. No more 3 a.m. live streams. Yeah, it could work. Yes, 4,000 is for the Stitch Square, which, by the way, I do have. I didn't get a chance to, since Friday, to do any other squares, but we do have The queue right now is we have a square for Chris and a square for Angela that is still upcoming. Exactly. It's out of my control. Like I've done everything I can on my side, so I would rather you guys be able to enjoy a stream uninterrupted. Hi, Anna. Sounds good. Oh, have fun with your lunch, friend. So these, if you want to like pull up your own inspiration images. Hi, Christine. Hi, Marilyn. I just pulled these off Google and looked for like blue fruits. So that's what we are working on. So I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm going to turn these off for now because what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to base all the fruit with our markers. And then we will build on top of that. Here we go. This butterfly, thank you, internet. Yeah, so we're gonna switch to mornings. Again, I know I've been mornings and evenings for what, the last 4 years? However long I've been streaming. I started out streaming 3 days a week, but with everything else I need to get done, it just was not sustainable. Hi, Bo. Good morning, Angela. So let's go ahead and get started because I have more things to chat about. If you have been over on my community tab, you'll notice I put up a little poll of sorts. Saw my square on Friday. Oh, awesome, Natalie. A poll of sorts having to do with a personal project that I'm working on. Right, Kenny? And hello, Kenny. If I missed anyone, I apologize. But we are going to jump right in and try and... Nice, Kim! And try and get a lot of these colors down. So for the leaves, we are going to go with a little bit of green. But I think before we do that, why don't we go ahead? Oh, you never get on my desk. You never do. But you do when I'm streaming. They leave me alone all the time, except for when I'm streaming. Now we got Catus Interruptus here. Okay, so I want to go ahead and start with laying down the pink for all of the plants because I used a little bit of pink on these, but it's just not as vibrant as I want it to be for how vibrant this our monkey friend is. Hello, I know I touched your tail. So we're gonna go easy. Yes, those are color references. Yeah, we're not gonna do them exact, but I was trying to get an idea of the different shades, you know, cool versus warm that we can use. So let's see, do we want to start with blush pink or watermelon pink? Let's, bubblegum actually isn't a bad idea. Yeah, let's do bubblegum. I think that's what we've been using. I know, right? They hear the tone in my voice. Like, that's exactly what it is. Tornadoes right across. There were 2 days of insomnia. Finally being able to sleep less and everyone was safe from the cranky lady now. Oh my gosh. The tornadoes, like, I don't know if I'm just like hearing it. Madam, can I have these back, please? Can I? Oh my gosh. But it seems like there have been a lot. And honestly, where we're at, it does make me a little nervous in terms of that. So we definitely, this butterfly, we definitely keep a closer eye on it now. Sipping a little coffee, about to start walking to work. Ooh, sounds good. Enjoy your walk. All right, so we're going to start with bubblegum pink, and we are going to and down she goes. We are just going to start basing while we chat. So if you have seen, so we're doing the bubblegum pink. If you've seen my community tab, that's not the right end. You'll notice that I put kind of an interesting to me kind of poll in the community tab. And the poll was because I actually registered for my very first painting competition. Now, obviously, I'm not going to give too many details, but it's something I've never done before, and I'd never in the past really felt confident enough to do something like that. Like I would have the ability to do it, but I have been painting so much more lately, and I was actually studying some of the paintings that were the winners from bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish? Bracing for storms tonight? Yeah, as much as I am loathing summertime, I know that the weather is going to be much more agreeable once summer, well, agreeable in the sense of natural disasters. Thanks, Shannon. Hi, Trey. Drumming on congas. All right, I could see that. But this is, like I said, my first painting competition. You know, like I did coloring contests as a kid, and, you know, I've done a few other things, but a live painting kind of contest, not just, you know, for like a gallery show or anything. However, I will be involved with the gallery show that's involved with this event. And it's all local stuff. It's nothing that's going to be online. This is just something I'm doing for me. We'll do just a little bit of pink on that one. But anyway, it's not for a while yet. But after doing a couple test runs, it was as good as it used to be. You know, I've been chewing gum a lot to keep myself from like eating like sweets and stuff, but I just realized how much sugar is actually in the gum. And a lot of gums that are sugar-free have aspartame in them instead, which isn't as good either. So I need to find like a good, not bad for you gum. Like that would be good. I wonder if they still put a comic strip in the bubblegum wrapper. Oh, I don't know, Annie. Honey. I remember that though. She's in my lap now. Let me see if I can. I don't know if you guys can see her. Want to say hi? She's like, no, I just want to sit here. You're so needy. Mint, anything, no cinnamon. I like the watermelon gum, but there's just so much sugar to it. So much sugar to it. But anyway, so it's a local event, and I really want to get involved with the art community. And so this isn't for a good handful of months, but like you would for any competition, whether it's, you know, running or whatever else, I need to train for it because the test runs that I've done, oh, she's laying in my lap now. Are you good? Are you good? Honey, your claws are in my legs. Go on. I can't. Oh, ow. Okay. She's hurting me. Got a hold of my pants. Kitty. Ow! I'm being injured. No. And there go my headphones. Ow. Kitty, you can't injure me on stream. Okay, hang on, guys. Got my finger. I'm gonna go grab a Band-Aid real quick because YouTube will probably ding me if I've got blood on stream. Thanks, cat. Be right back. Rude, Annie. Probably help if I put the mute back on or off. Anyway, the point is, yeah, I'm okay. It already stopped bleeding. The kids had the Band-Aids yesterday and I have no idea where they put them, and I'm not going to spend the next 20 minutes. I'm not going to spend the next 20 minutes trying to find the Band-Aids. Goodness knows where they are. Be able to read people's minds. Oof, you are brave. You are brave. So anyway, it's like a 3-part competition. One of them is, right, I know, I got some. There's some really pretty flower ones. But I cannot for the life of me find them. Like I said, the kids had them yesterday. So the joy of well, things. The pretty ones go fast. Oh, right. Yeah, they're these little flower ones. I like them. They're just like really expensive stickers. So anyway, there's like 3 parts to this competition that I want to do. Ninja Turtle. I think I don't know. I've got these Nextcare ones, but they're kind of ugly and I don't like having them on stream. There's 3 parts to it. So one of the main parts is just a regular fine art show where you have 3 pieces, right? Expensive stickers. That's exactly what they are. Where you have 3 pieces that you'd submit to the art show. And of course, all of these have like fees that you enter in them and everything. But if you win, it also is great. But it also allows me to get involved with the art community, which was the main reason. So like I said, part 1 of it is there's a fine art show. So I'll have, already created 3 pieces of art that will go in the show. And then there is a, she definitely done it before. Oh, right, Della. I could see that. You never know when you need one. Exactly. So the second part is it's going to be like a 3-day painting competition where you have 3 days where the town where the competition is held, you have to paint something within that zip code and it has to be outside. If you've ever heard the term plein air, that is basically where you get a mobile easel and you go outside and you paint. Now, granted, this is Texas, so one of the other things that I need to mentally prepare myself for is the heat, because that's going to be interesting. But anyway, so in that one, you have 3 days. You have 3 days to finish said painting. And it's just the one painting. But the other one, which is going to be the biggest challenge, which is what I need to practice for, is it is a painting challenge where you have to be done in 2 hours. So you find a location within the approved areas. So it's not like I can't go and like scope out the area beforehand, but you have 2 hours to complete it. So I've been doing some test runs with my own, actually, I find that I'm wanting to do gouache more than watercolor because gouache layers like acrylic does without all of like the buildup, and like you don't have to worry about your paints drying out because gouache reactivates like watercolor does. But you only have the 2 hours. So my issue with that is like I did a test run yesterday, 3 hours, the painting still wasn't done. Let's see. Right, yeah, it's definitely yeah, so it's going to be interesting. We're free to use whatever medium, whatever size we want, and we just have to choose the location based on, the allowable places. And so, but what I need to do, any location is going to be fine. That's not going to be the issue. Like, obviously, if I'm stronger with buildings versus florals, like I might choose my spot based on that. But we're all going to be in a designated area. There will be people, set up all over the place. You'll be wearing a badge. They have to stamp the paper or canvas that you're working on. Like it's a whole thing. Oh, thank you. It's a whole thing. But what I do know is that I need to practice because you need to plan out like your layering and kind of sketching out what it is that you're doing. It's definitely a challenge to get it done in those 2 hours. Enter my idea. Yeah, Kim, that was the other thing. Like if I want to make artist friends, I can't just stay at my house. I need to get out and like meet people and talk with people and make connections. Like it'd be amazing. Happy birthday, Trey. So anyway, my idea is I'm going to kind of, hi Linda, I'm going to sort of train train my brain to like, I mean, like, okay, well, if I want to be able to do this, this is kind of the order of operations that I need to do. I need to figure out, you know, what things should I be spending my time on? How, you know, how am I going to frame my layers? Just like basically training myself to go faster. But, thank you, Renee. You know, since I'm moving around the page, I'm just going to zoom out a bit and lower the brightness. There we go. Because we're just adding in the pink to a lot of stuff. So I need to train my brain to think a little bit differently so I can have the speed but not lose the quality. So I've been studying paintings that people have done in similar, because they have these kind of competitions all over the country. It's not just local to here, but people that specifically paint, you know, landscapes outside and in the correct amount of time. Now, it's not going to be, I can do my best to like tune out the people around me, but because we're all going to be in the same general area, it's a big thing. So there's other stuff going on other than the painting competitions, which means there's going to be a lot of people around. They're going, oh, thank you. They're going to be milling around. They're going to be looking. Hopefully they won't try and make conversation because we will have a limited amount of time to get it done. But the point is there will be distractions. There will be distractions. So on my poll that I put up in the community tab, and if you haven't voted on it, feel free. I had an idea that since it's going to be, the competition is going to be in public with potential for distractions and everything, and for the fact that I need to stick strictly to my 2 hours and just go, my idea was I could do a silent live stream so that it is kind of similar to the environment that I will be in. So when I mean silent, I mean, I'm not going to be talking. I'm not going to be chatting. I might like chat at the beginning and the end to, you know, be like, oh, hey everyone. Okay, we're going to get started. But I'm just going to pop on music afterwards, and I won't be giving instruction. I won't be, you know, saying what colors I'm using. I was thinking I probably will have the reference photo, like up on the screen. So you guys, yeah, noise cancellation headphones, right? Yeah, exactly, butterflies. That's what I've been doing. Well, but see, I'll turn the mic off and you'd be surprised. Like once I get in the zone, like I can really go. So my whole idea is it's going to kind of help train me to paint faster, ignore the distractions, that kind of thing. And in the meantime, you guys can just, you know, watch a painting come to life. You know, obviously you don't have to chat. It will be like, if you guys chat amongst yourselves, it'll be an opportunity for more points towards the community quilt. But the point is I need to train. I need to what's the word, refine my painting method so I can get it done in a timely manner. I was thinking I want to paint some of the images, like obviously it's different when you're painting live, and eventually I will move to painting more outside, but for now I just need to refine my methods. So I'll use reference photos that I've taken myself. So it's not like I'm like copying anyone else's art. I'm going to use all photos that I've taken in the past myself. And then I will just work on painting those. So that's the plan. I don't know when I'll do it, but the whole poll idea was to find out if there was in fact any interest in doing that at all. I could do a video and just upload it, but one, I kind of want the distraction of live, and two, I don't know that I want to take, you know, sure, I'll video it, but then it'll take, you know, like multiple hours to edit it the way that I want it. And so I also want to eliminate the need to do editing, because I, you know, want to use my time wisely. And so I think it would just be easier if I just went live, turned on some music, and you guys could just like sit back, relax, and watch it if you wanted to. Let's see. Oh, yes. No, it'll absolutely. Yeah, exactly. A trial run. Yeah, it'll be. She did, Marilyn. She did. It will be calm music. It'll just be like, it'll probably be similar to like a Chris Chang kind of style, but without, you know, like color choices or whatever else. And you know, if people want to follow along, they're more than welcome to, but it will be like a non-instructional video, but it'll just be me literally training to streamline my process and get the painting done. I haven't decided what size. I think initially, so I have Let's see, where do we go? I have a watercolor book, maybe? I don't know where I said it. Anyway, it's like an 8x5 size book that I've started one. I'm not showing it on here though because it's an image of a local place, which is why I'll probably do the Scotland ones, because I don't exactly want to do a bunch of paintings online of locations close to me, because that's sort of doxing myself. But I'll choose some paintings that are less specific, or some locations that are less specific to where I am. Anyway, it could be fun. It could be a complete flop, but the whole point of it is to help me figure out a good system for getting paintings done in a timely fashion without losing any of the quality. Hi, Leanne. Can you send me a picture? Absolutely. Do it as a live or as a premiere so we can chat even if you'll be concentrated and not chat. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm thinking. Thanks, Miss Butterfly. Yeah, so it'll be like a live, but it won't be one where I'm talking like this one, because as we all know, that when we do live streams and we're chatting, we don't get nearly as much done as we think that we would. So yeah, the idea will be no chatting. I'll just be live and I'll just be painting, and like that's that. So yeah, I don't know when it'll be. It won't be like instead of our regular live streams. When I do it, it will probably be in addition to, and I will do my best to make sure that I am not streaming at the same time as everyone else. So yeah, the idea is I'll just randomly go live with what I'm working on. I'll have, you know, all the info in the description. I may even like add a ticker along the bottom. Like right now, you know, I've got like the latest donations, super chat. Maybe like right above it, I'll have a ticker that's saying, you know, this is a different kind of stream. This is a silent stream. Like, I'm not ignoring you on purpose, but this is, you know, intended for me to learn how to focus and, you know, get things done in time. I'm not gonna lie though, like I'm really enjoying myself. It's just, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And why I didn't use gouache before, I don't even know. It's not until the fall, much later in the fall, like mid-fall. So I have a few, you know, I have a handful of months to practice beforehand. And, you know, practicing can't hurt. I can only get better, right? So, yeah, I'm gonna have to retrain my brain just a little bit. Yeah, loads of time. Like I said, I already registered for the competition and everything. So I did the early bird registration because I was like, well, if I'm going to do this, then I need to just do it. So I haven't signed up yet for the fine arts gallery show that's also going to go with it, because here's the other thing is it's really cool. So first of all, there is some pretty awesomely sized prizes for a competition like this. And there's the potential that you can sell your paintings, and you know, even if you don't win, you can like mark that like, hey, I want to put this up for sale, and they'll have it like displayed for a while. So there's lots of potential to, you know, make connections, meet some people, sell some paintings, because if I can get some paintings displayed locally, that would be cool too. So it's just, I'm really enjoying it, and it's definitely relaxes. I find it very relaxing. We will pretend you're talking and do our own commentary. Exactly. Hi, Paulo. Welcome. Okay, so I think I've added all the pink to the majority of them. So now what we're gonna do is, what does like an ASMR? Exactly. I almost thought too of those reading sprints. So I was like, I could do that, but then I'd have to like stop and talk, and the whole idea is, so what I'm thinking I'll do instead is like my timer thing that I do at the beginning. I'll like pop a timer up there and I'll set it for 2 hours. But here's the thing too, is that the time for the competition, it's like at a certain time to a certain time, and that's the 2 hours. So I may need to even shorten it, because I don't know, I'm not exactly sure how close we're all going to be standing next to each other. So it's like, I don't know if it's like the moment that I leave the registration table to the moment I get to the registration table. And if that's the case, like if I need to start and then get back to them within that 2 hours, does that mean I actually only have an hour and 45 minutes? I don't know. But my goal will be to train myself to go as fast as possible without losing the quality. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited. It's something new. We'll see how it goes. In 90 minutes, then if you have time, adding more. Yes, that's what I'm thinking, Marilyn. Oh, yes, Britt, rest up, please. I hope you feel better soon. So, yeah, so that's the whole spiel. So Pomelo green. We'll zoom in just a bit, but we're going to be moving around here quite a bit. Thanks, Dawn. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be fun. Like I said, it's not anything I've done before in the past. So, you know, I like a good challenge. So I will keep you guys posted, but it will literally be just, I'll just suddenly go live and it will be to paint quietly. And honestly, like I've been practicing a lot lately, so it may be sooner rather than later. Probably not on the weekends because I still like to save those for the kids. But yeah. Oh, speaking of paintings, I'm planning on doing like a reel as an REEL for like a, you know, video for Insta for it because I finished my Hobbit painting. Let's see if I can fit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. We're getting a little bit of light glare here, but tilt it a bit. I finished it. I had it hanging in the living room, but I took it down just for you guys. I don't know if it'll be easier for me to. That way, there we go. It's like the opposite. My instinct is to move it. There you go. It's like backwards. There we go. Yeah, it's all done. I finally finished it. Aw, thanks. The hilarious part is though, I had put it down for a while. I hadn't picked it back up to work on it. And I did. I picked it up this weekend. So I was like, you know, I'm doing all of this, you know, gouache painting and everything. I really should. Thank you. And welcome, perfection. I picked it up again after a while. So, you know, I have like this portion of it. Like I had a good portion of this and I was working on the birdhouse. And, thanks, Alex. And, so little Steve comes in and I asked him, I was like, you know, because to me, I can see that there's a big change, right? But, you know, he's a little guy. So he comes in the office and I'm like, hey, you know, hon, what do you think? Do you like it? And he looked at it and he kind of gave me this look where he was like almost embarrassed, but also mildly disappointed. And he told me, you know, because he couldn't see that there was, thanks everyone, that there wasn't much of a difference. And he was looking at me, he's like, you know, Mommy, it's been like 3 months. I expected you to do more. And I looked at him like, yo, turkey. It's not like I've been working on it for 3 months. Like, I had it set to the side. And I was like, yo, turkey. He's like, I kind of expected more from you, Mom. I've set the bar too high. Oh, I'm so glad. Well, you'll be happy to know that even the Friday stream, if you guys missed it, I made an announcement at the beginning, but our Friday streams are actually going to be moving to mornings, strictly because my internet is being funky and I can't do a whole lot, right? Like 3 years ago with the Monarch, Black Widows, and I couldn't believe how different your streams are. Yeah, they're way different now. But I mean, I've definitely like grown in my capabilities since then. I mean, you even look at my very first, marker's almost dry. You even look at some of my very first videos and gosh, they are like night and day. It is so different. All right, so I'm just adding a little bit of this pomelo green, but it's almost done. Right? Exactly. I was just like, thanks, kid. Hi, Vicky. How are you? See, the clouds are going over, so it's not as bright anymore. Okay, let's see. I do still have, let's see. I got these Copics. Where did it's stuck in the drawer. I got too many in here. I do have some of these Copics, which we could bring in. Let's see, what do we have here? This is Jade Green. And awesome, Vicky. I'm glad to hear that. This is Mignonette. I don't know if any of these are dried out. We're going to find out together. Okay, that's refill ink. because I want to go really light. Because see, I've already got mint blue. I've got pale celestine. I'm mostly using the Artezas, but some of these are dried out, and since you cannot do refills on them, I am utilizing some of the Copics that I have. Stuffed a little too full. There's a marker stuck on it. So pull it out. Ah, there we go. There we go. Let's see. We do have some pink in here. Oh, thank you. Honestly, I feel that though, because sorry, one fell down. Like if you had asked me 3 years ago if I would ever do a live painting competition, I would have thought that you were insane. Like, absolutely not. yeah, we got a few Copics here. Like, I would never even consider it. The jade green's kind of a nice greenish blue. I wonder, let's see if that's dried out or not. Oh, no. Oh, that's such a pretty color. Okay. And I know I'm not zoomed in, but it's because we're kind of hopping around here. Here we go. Yeah, honestly, it's the practice. Like, I would have never even considered doing something like this, like, ever. It's like, the idea of it feels like it should be terrifying, but, and part of the reason that my decision, I don't know, you know, I have, it's been a long time since I've been to a gallery show. And, you know, when you go to a gallery show, you're always just blown away by the skill of the people that do these things. But I was looking at some of the paintings from last year's competition, and I didn't feel like, this was part of my decision for doing it, I didn't feel as intimidated with the finished products. Like, I could look at these paintings and I could go, oh, wait a minute, I know how to do that stuff. Like, I may not win, but I don't think that I'll be so terrible that it'll just be, you know, people walk up and go, oh, that's terrible. You know, like, I've grown more confident in my ability to accomplish different things. So I was like, I looked at it, but I was also able to look at like the first place winner versus like the other ones and be like, okay, well, what did this person do differently that made it so that they could win it? And I could see, when will the switch to Friday mornings happen? This week, honestly, because there's really no point to streaming in the evenings if it's not even going to work. And for whatever reason, where I'm living at, despite the fact that I have fiber optic, evenings are just so bad on my internet. I cannot get consistent stuff. So yes, starting this week. Now, keep an eye on Friday stream because I do have a doctor's appointment at 9 a.m. on Friday. I should get out of there quickly. So we may do like 11 o'clock or noon, depending on what time. But on the regular basis, we will be shooting for this time on Fridays. So 10 a.m. on Fridays. But like I said, I have yeah, I know it's soon, but I mean, like I said, if you were here on Friday's stream, it was so bad. Like, I had to restart stream multiple times. Like, there's not a whole lot else that I can do for it just because there's nothing else for me to do. We've already talked to the company. You know, I've already changed all the settings I can on this side. I'm hardwired into the internet. But what we're not having consistently is issues in the mornings. Ooh, nice, Ms. Butterfly. Or always heavy internet traffic. Our streaming is always messed up on Friday nights, right? Yeah, 10 a.m. Central Time. I know, Kara. Yeah, I was telling Steve, even when I was talking about it, you were on my list because I know that the evening time zones are better for you. Like Aspie as well. I know that the evenings for her on Fridays are better. But yeah, there's no point in streaming if it's not even going to go through. So, because even after stream ended that day, like, I was still having issues with my internet in general. But like my upload should be really, really good, which it is during the day, but not so much in the evenings, especially Friday evenings. So yeah, we got to do what we got to do so that the stream will actually work. All right, let's see. Oh, I missed this one down here. Yeah, and I know that there's gonna be those that are disappointed, but like I said, there's no point in even streaming if it's not gonna work. So, you know, we're gonna make it work. Is it every evening or just Friday? I haven't tried streaming on other evenings, but Other evening streams during the week wouldn't work because I have to be up at 6 a.m. and do all the school runs, work runs, like all of that. And so it would seriously mess with my sleep schedule if I did evenings during the regular week. Right? Yeah, like it's just, yeah, there's just not a whole lot to do. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start, let's just start working up here and we'll work our way over. So I actually, not a picture of the ones Sydney, Australia time. Oh gosh, you're in Australia right now because like I have the world clock up and I don't have Australia on here. Hang on. We're gonna do Sydney, Australia. So right now, holy heck perfection, it's 1:40 in the morning. Oh my gosh. So I have Central Time, which is Chicago time up. So currently right now it is 4:41 p.m. in the UK and 1:41 in Sydney. So yeah, I know it's hard, but what are you gonna do, you know? What will be the US time for the new stream in the mornings? Eastern time, it'll be 11 a.m. So I'm Central Time. Eastern time is an hour ahead of me. Western time is 2 hours behind me. Mountain time is an hour behind me. Yeah, so it'll be, 11 a.m. for Eastern. So I will make an update on the YouTube page that lets everybody know. Oh, I was pulling up a picture. That's right. Anyway, I was photographing some fruit at the grocery store a couple weeks ago because I saw some different fruits and I was like, oh, okay. So I just took a few pictures of them. And there is a piece of fruit that reminds me of this one, which is what we're... sounds good, Alex. Have a great day. Let's see. Where did it go? It was like not even a squash. What was it? Oh my gosh, where did I put it? Aha, here it is. Okay. This. Like I kind of want to do something like this pattern, but obviously we're not going to do brown and yellow. And I know it's not the exact same fruit, but this is what I have in mind. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I know it sucks for Australia and I wish I could make it not that way, but I don't really know what else to do. Okay, so we are going to grab this is the Tahitian Blue in Copics. We're just going to kind of switch all over. That's why I just put like alcohol markers and not exactly Artesas. So what we're going to do is oh, where's my sheet that I had tucked behind it? Hang on. There we go. Put the protection sheet behind. Otherwise, it is going to bleed. I'm off to sleep. I normally watch these as normal videos. Sounds good. Thank you so much for popping in. Okay. On that fruit. Oh yeah, it's great. It just doesn't match our color scheme here. No, we could probably honestly add more pink to this. Let's get the bubblegum pink again. Ooh, does Marcy have enough for the square? Nice. Yeah, exactly. And I don't really want to, like, I could try and do weekends, but honestly, I feel like, one, it's probably going to be even busier on the weekends, but two, I don't want to commit to weekends because then that immediately eliminates things that we could do on the weekends with the kids. And I want to cherish that time that I have with them. There we go. So yeah, that is the plan for now. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks, Miss Butterfly. Yeah, I'm excited to see this one done, which is partially why I was so disappointed after last week's stream. Like, I wanted to get so much more done. So I'm just sort of adding in a little bit there, okay? And let's just keep going with the Copics that we had. We got a mint blue. Let's do... Stream is buffering? Well, I know it's not me. I'm not dropping any frames. Exactly, Paula. Exactly. Let's see. Wow. Baby blue, but I feel like that might be a little dried out. Let's take a look. Oh no, it actually looks like it has some. Yeah. All right. Let's use some of that. And this will open up Friday nights. So like, actually this Friday, we're taking the kids to a local baseball game. So I was like, oh, well, that kind of works out well. The season's almost over and they just have a few games this week. And little Emily missed the last one because she was sick. So yeah, she's excited to be able to go to this one. It's right. Float me off the, oh no. They're good, Mrs. Butterfly. But I'm also, honestly, if you're going to invest, I have these because I purchased them ages ago. But if I was starting from zero and I wanted to get alcohol markers, I honestly would get the Ohuhus. Really? Okay, let's do Pale Celestine. Is there plenty in there? Yeah, we got some in here. All right, so let's actually get the chisel side. Okay. It's not completely dried out, but it's definitely running a little low. Okay. Let's actually grab, where is that? Let's see, this is the gray yellow. Do I want to slightly, hang on, let's double check. Right, I know, it's so silly to say. When I first heard about them, I think it was Tanya that was using them. Okay, let's do gray yellow 06, I think will be good. And I remember thinking it was a silly name. There you go. Gray Yellow 08. Hi, Bibliophile. Welcome. It took me a while, Paula. Actually, we have a lovely streamer friend who's taking a break at the moment, but her name's Belinda. If you type in ! Belinda in chat, she actually helped me to become much more confident with the markers. And it just took practice, really. Okay. So just add on a little bit of shadow here. And then I think we'll actually use, let's do a little bit more blue. Let's do the baby blue again. Yay, Kim! That's so exciting! Oh, thank you, Linda. Hi, Dee. Right, yes, Miss Butterfly, I do as well. That's the only set of Ohuhus I have, and it's the, oh, that's pencil shaping. It's the skin tone ones. Oof. There we go. Sorry, my thing dropped. Let's see. Yes, so here, let's see. We've got, yeah, because I've got Chris and Angela in the queue for squares. Yeah, Chris and Angela are in the queue for squares. Okay, so let's do baby blue. Dee, I'm so glad. Well, Dee, Fridays are going to be moving to morning times as well, just FYI. Because for whatever reason, where I live, the internet is not great. Oh, so you guys remember the story that I told? Skins and pastel Ohuhus. Ooh, the pastels are probably really nice. All right, we're going to use the Ohuhu colorless blender because I do want to make some of this fruit whiter. So we're kind of essentially removing pigment. So you guys remember my story about the neighbors, right, with their dogs and everything else. So we did get the ring. What time on Fridays? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. U.S. Central Time. So we did get the ring up, you know, the doorbell cam. We did get that up, but the issue was because from the distance of the internet to the door, it wasn't registering correctly. So we've been having to wait until we got a Wi-Fi extender, and it arrived yesterday, the day before, I don't remember. Anyway, we got it installed, and oh yeah, there has been. They know that we put up a camera. They don't know that it wasn't working correctly, but they do know. And it's been like 2 or 3 times more since we put up the camera. But because it couldn't reach the Wi-Fi, it wasn't, let's see, let's do the beach blue. It wasn't registering correctly. Like it would register every time, you know, the wind blew a leaf, but it wouldn't register when they were in the yard. So I was like, okay, well, there's no point in a camera if we can't get this fixed. So we did get a Wi-Fi extender. Nothing has happened yet. Nothing has happened yet, but I'm keeping a much closer eye on them now. So it's working. The ring is working so much better. Like half the time it wouldn't even connect because the Wi-Fi was so bad for it. But we got the extender. It's working now. We're going to use pale pink. So I'm just waiting for it. So I'm just adding a little bit more pink to this. So we'll see what comes of it. We also jokingly are keeping an eye out for, I don't know if I told you guys about it, but we're trying to keep an eye out for the person we're calling the garbage fairy. And it's the garbage fairy because someone is putting our trash can away for us on trash days. Today's trash day. And normally we keep our trash can like kind of to the side next to our garage, not in the garage or in the yard or anything. It's in the front, but it's just sitting there. And so all they have to do is pull it up in the driveway. Yeah, Callie, let's see which one. Let me pull up the link for the one I got. It works fabulously. It was really easy, not overly expensive. Let me grab the link for it real quick because I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. There we go. Let's see. What's it priced at right now? It's actually even cheaper. It's currently $30.59 and there's a 5% coupon on it right now. We paid $38 for it, but clearly it's a better deal now. But this is the Wi-Fi extender. Right, Angela? That's what I'm thinking. But the problem is we don't know who's doing it. So, like, we don't know who to thank. And so we've been really curious who's been putting our trash can away for us. Not that, like, because we'll put it away. I just, let's see, I'm going to use the mint blue of the Copics. They seem to get to it faster than we do. And so I kind of have an inkling of which neighbors it could potentially be because, like, our trash can was put away and there were 2 other neighbors that could potentially put it away because their trash can was put away also. So the neighbor directly across from us, their trash can was put away, and the dog neighbors next door to us had their trash can put away. And considering the fact that they allow their dogs to just do their business in our yard, I highly doubt they are the ones that are putting our trash can away. Why would they put our trash can away only to have their dogs make messes in our yards? So yeah, I'm using the gray yellow 04. So now the camera is up. And it's working. It's been working for a couple days. So far, so good. It hasn't caught any dogs or anything, and we haven't had them do it. So we know that it's not working. So we're hoping to find whoever the garbage fairy is and the dog culprits. I haven't figured out, though, how we're going to confront him. I'm going to use the mignonette. Right? I'd rather they just pick up the poo because we're having to shovel it. Like, I'd rather they just pick it up rather than us having to deal with it. Like, we don't have dogs for a reason. Well, part of the reason is we can't have them in here. But if I wanted to clean that up, I would have another baby, which I don't. So, So, yeah. I don't know how, because they clearly know, like, they saw me. The entire family happened to come home as I was installing the camera. So they know it's there. They can't claim ignorance, right? Exactly. A dog now, and you won't believe how many people don't. Oh, no, I know there's a ton of them, but it's like repeated and constantly. So I don't know how we're going to confront them because obviously they don't care about whether or not they're being filmed. They don't know the camera wasn't working, right? As far as they're concerned, it has been working. So either I'm going to have to yell at them through the ring as it's happening, like they let the dog go and I say, hey, that you would think though, Polly, you would think. So I'm either going to have to call them out on it when it's happening. I'm just using the gray yellows for the branch of it. I'm either going to have to call them out on it when it's happening or like... I don't have their phone number, so maybe I can, like, print a picture. Guys. Well, that's the thing, Dee, if I catch it, right? Because if they do it really early in the morning and I'm doing school runs, I'm not going to catch it. Guys, I could, like, get a picture of it happening and make a sticker. Make a sticker. Be like, look, I made you your own sticker of your dog pooping in our yard. Clip it to their door. Like, you can't deny this anymore. Oh, and there's not really an HOA for me to go complain to, which on one hand is nice because HOAs are a pain. But so I'm either just gonna have to catch them in the act or like knock on their. I don't know. I'm so right. I'm so non-confrontational, and I really like our house. Like, I don't want to cause problems with them, so I want to try and do it in the most kind way possible. But you know, they're not being very kind. But you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's another neighbor, and they're just, you know, consistently stopped by our yard. I don't know. Right? And I do have a sign that says, please clean up after your dog, because I honestly wouldn't care if they pooped in the yard if they cleaned up after. Yes, we do, but it's on automated, and the city right now is on watering restrictions, so we can only water it once a week at the moment. All right, we're gonna use the mignonette. So I don't know. At this point, I'm just kind of like waiting and watching. So we'll see. You would have thought that it would have deterred them, but honestly, if I've learned anything, as much as we like this town, there's not a whole lot of intelligence in this town. The amount of car accidents that happen, like, it's crazy. It's insane. Like, I get so nervous driving on the highway. Like, I just drive on the frontage roads. We're going to use the pale pink. I just drive on the frontage roads now because the amount of accidents is just ridiculous. I see an accident every time I go out now. So it makes me like super nervous. And so it's just like, I don't have a lot of faith in the local populace's ability to regulate themselves, whether it's, you know, their dogs or on the road. Okay, Angela. I want to do, oh, absolutely, Carol. I want to do, you know, those people that will have cameras up in their yards, but like when you go across their like camera area, it will say, you are being recorded. Like, I feel like I want to do one of those, but it's a little obnoxious. But I suppose, depending on how long they keep this up, I'm allowed to be a little obnoxious. I just don't want to be the local Karen, but I also don't want to step in poo that is not, you know, it'd be different if it was our dog and I was too lazy to clean it up and it was our yard, but it's not. It's their dogs and they're too lazy. What is this? Is that part of a leaf? Oh, maybe that's just a small one of these. Okay, so for these little pods here, horn to scare the dog, right? Put a fence. We can't put up a fence because we rent and we don't own, and we can't make any major changes to the outside. So, but I do have the please clean up after yourself very conveniently positioned. So, I mean, we've done the leaves, but I think I know we were going to work across here, but I kind of want to do these pods, which I have for this one. We're going to do something similar to that. How do those work anyway? And doesn't that only zap the dogs if they have the special collars? Oh no, her name is Karen. It's terrible. Okay, so let's add a little bit of the pale pink. Right? Sit out there with the squirt bottle, you know, like you would with cats. Just they get squirted. Just like you could turn on the sprinkler. Like, obviously, the reality of that is I can't. But you know, if I could turn on the sprinklers anytime I want to, just flip on the sprinklers. Motion sensors every time they try to do that in the yard. Oh, but the point is the camera is working now, so hopefully we can zoom in it a little bit more. Hopefully we will be seeing some results here soon. All right, so this is the baby blue. But yeah, school's going to be done in a couple of weeks, so the kids are looking forward to that. We're coming up on the end of the year here, so there's a lot more fun and exciting things happening at school. Plus, that's going to open up my mornings a little bit more because I won't be doing the school runs. You know, and a lot of the big reason why I kind of did a lot of the evening streams anyway is because at the time the kids were little, and it was easier to do it. A time frame for when they go to the bathroom? No, it seems to change. Hi, Natalia. Welcome. Oh, did you get where I got my square? Did the alert show up in chat? Let me see. Unless I totally missed it. Oh, there it is. How did I miss yours? Did it go off in chat, you guys, or did I just miss it? Yes, it did. Oh, I totally missed it. I apologize. But yes, it's right here. I see it. So we have a hand-stitched one. Very nice. You saw the alert. I totally missed that. Like, I have the sound up so I can hear it, but somehow I missed that. I'm sorry. A purple square? Yeah, I didn't put, I don't think I put a spot. Maybe I should put a spot and then like remove it when we run out. So purple. Like if I run out of one color. Let me actually, I'm going to do that while I'm thinking about it just real quick. Okay, we're going to go to the store. We're going to go to edit. We're going to add square and color preference. Purple or green. Yeah, I can put preference for now because we still have a lot of the squares left. So I'm going to change that. Oh, because it's too many. Maybe if I do. Oh, you know what we can do? I can just add a new requirement. Here we go. Color preference, purple or green. There we go. All right, and then we're going to do it to the vinyl one too. Perfect. Yeah, for now we'll have the color preference, and then when we start to run out of colors, I will change that. Is anyone doing mermaid? I have a image for mermaid. Actually, there's a link for it in the community tab. Cool. Yeah, so I put this one down here. So I'll make sure and make a note of that. Let's see, who'd I miss? Hi, Kathleen. Okay, so we're going to grab the butterfly blue. Okay. And we're going to kind of follow his little lines that he did here. But yeah, I'm really excited to get practicing with this painting. There's something just very relaxing about it. But yeah, I've just been really enjoying it. Yeah, and I think my page is still on sale in my store, but if you go to the community tab where I posted about Mermaid, there are also links to all the other stores for the other illustrators that are involved with the coloring event that drew pages specifically for Mermaid. So if you are in the market for a Mermaid page that has a discount, that's there. Cool. Okay. I do it here. So yeah, I don't know when my first live stream with the painting practice will be, but I don't know, maybe we'll do one tomorrow. I need to, you know what I should do? I need to wait a week and just like make a note, like do my research for a week and see like who's all streaming, because I don't want to like stream over anyone. So I need to keep an eye on who's streaming so I can keep track of it. No, I have the gambling thing turned off. We did the gambling for fun early stream days. Some of you may remember it, some of you didn't. But the reception was not great for the gambling thing. I know it's a common thing on Twitch, but I got a lot of personal messages with people who were really unhappy with the fact that we did the gambling stuff, partially because they've, had situations in their life where they were hurt by somebody who had like a gambling addiction or whatever else. So it was definitely bringing a lot more negative than positive to it. And I don't want anybody, feeling real sad that they lost their points or whatever else. So yeah, I have it says on the thing that like that's one of the commands you can use, but I couldn't get those off the screen. So all of the commands that are like listed at the bottom of the shop are not active. Oh wait, what did Kim do? Wait, did we have another thing that I missed? Hold on. Hold on. Why am I not seeing? Why am I not seeing these things going off? Oh, Kim did. Okay. Oh, awesome. Yay, Kim. There's no music. Yeah, why isn't that working? Turn this back on. But it should be separate. I don't know why it's not. Are you guys hearing the alert go off when it does go off? You heard the tone? Why am I not hearing? Maybe I have my... I don't know. Well, I'm glad you guys are hearing it. I tried to fix it so that I can, but yay, Kim! Awesome. So we have Chris, Angela, Leanne, and Kim. I think my volume was just down too low. I think the volume should be down. You don't seem to be earning points. Hang on, let me look real quick. There we go. Let's see. You got 1,590 points. Welcome back, Kara. Yeah, you got almost 1,600. Okay, let's do a little bit of the gray yellow 04. See, the sun's clouds are moving a bit, so it's brighter. Oh, you're good, Kara. Okay. So let's do just a little bit here. It's pretty dark, but that's okay. Right, exactly, Kim. Well, and that was one of the big reasons I wanted to do it, because it wasn't based on whether or not people could donate. It wasn't based on, you know, like if you know, it costs money or whatever else. I wanted it just based on time spent here so that it was accessible to everyone. Okay, let's see. We're going to add like the little frosty stuff, but we're going to keep going. So let's shift back up here now. And we've got these leaves here. So let's do a little bit of the jade green. Aw, thanks. 1,400 2 weeks ago. Well, it takes a little while. So on average, because when I figured out the pricing for this, on average, if you were to be at like every stream and talk like every 10 minutes on the dot, you would be able to earn your square in about 2 months time. That's kind of the time frame that I put on as the earliest you could potentially get it. But you only earn 30 points every 10 minutes. So if there's, someone can math for me, 60 minutes in an hour, we stream for, on average, 2 hours. That's going to be 160, so that's just over 300. I can't math. Yeah, you have to be chatty. So you have to chat like every 10 minutes to make it go through. Okay, so we have these berries. I want to make these berries a little bit more white. So we're going to go with, let's do a little bit of baby blue. I know. I can't math. I don't know why I try and math live. Like, there's a reason I married Steve, right? He does my math for me. Okay, so this is a Copic baby blue. Math has never been my strong point. Even little Steve, like, I'll ask him math problems, and I just assume he's right. Like, they had a math star test, and he's like, oh, this is going to be easy. He's usually the first one done. I'm just so pleased that he's not going to struggle when it comes to math, because I tell you, the amount that I struggled with math as a kid, like, I have an artistic brain. I can't math. Are you logged in, Marcy? Are you logged in through your YouTube on Streamlabs? Okay, now let's go ahead and do mint blue. Wait, mint blue? No, let's not do mint blue. I want to do the jade green. Yeah, so to redeem
to redeem, you have to make sure that you are logged in through the YouTube on Streamlabs. So use your same login that you do with that. But also in class. Ooh, what class are you taking? And hi, 40, welcome. Okay, now we're going to use the blender. Because I want to soften the edge, but also pull some of that out just a bit. Ooh, watercolor workshop, nice. You might have to do 2 quilts as everyone wants a square, right? Well, the idea is I'm keeping it open. I'm keeping it open until the end of the year. And the original plan was 120 squares. But I mean, we can make a big quilt. So as of now, these are, let's see, look, there we go. These are the squares that we have, plus the 4 that are in redemption. So we have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus an additional 4. So we have 20 squares right now. So, I mean, yeah, we would need 100 more squares. So we got time. We got time. And if for some reason we don't even reach the 120, I have alternating material to, like, yeah, shamelessly chatting for points. You're good. Oh, Brooke, I'm so sorry. Right, Maylin? It's awesome. Yeah, so far we have got, oh, I do have, oh, I heard that one. I heard that one. Hold up. There it is, Mercy. Yay. Awesome. All right, so we have 5 more. We have 5 more. So this one up here in the top left corner was actually a sample that I did for little Emily. I don't know, Dee, because I feel like I need to watch and make sure that I'm not streaming over anyone. But I don't know. I'll have to see. I don't know. Does anybody stream Thursday morning? I'm tempted just to do it tomorrow because I'm planning on painting tomorrow. So with little Emily's, but we have Josephine, Ev, Sue, Natalie, Renee, Aspie, Britt, Kathleen, Kara, Kara Marinas, Kara Gray. Then we have Alexandra, Lisa, Durbin, Megan, and Vicky. And then we'll have those 5. So we've got quite a few on there. And we even have some that have redeemed for charms as well. Renee is leading the pack with 2 charms. Oh, she's not streaming tomorrow. Right, Dee? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, that heart is our tomorrow morning. I think I missed a part on that. Yeah, but if no one's streaming tomorrow, I might do it. Because like I said, I am planning on streaming tomorrow. Or not streaming. Painting tomorrow, so it would make sense. Well, potentially streaming. It would make sense if I did it tomorrow. Okay, let's do this. And like I need to preface this. What are you gonna paint? So I'm gonna do a landscape. I'm gonna do a landscape because that is what I'm gonna be doing for the competition. I'm gonna see if I can dig out some of my Scotland photos because for now I'm just doing photo references. I'm not like painting a location live. I briefly thought, oh, Lisa, I'm so sorry. I briefly thought about doing a live like when I'm out. However, that is really risky because doing live in public, like when I painted for my birthday and I went and painted at a park, I was surrounded by college students in itty bitty teeny weeny, probably not polka dotted, but little bikinis. So there were a lot of booties. And what you didn't hear in any of the reels was Usher's wholly inappropriate music because that was a park that was frequented by a lot of college students. So it was not as serene as, yeah, booty everywhere. Oh my gosh. Like, I know it's the style now. Oh, she said she wasn't streaming tomorrow yesterday during her live streams, but she streams at 9 a.m. Okay, gotcha. It's just the style of swimsuits now. Like, it's just, anyway, but the point is, one, I could get dinged on YouTube or Instagram. Sorry, I'm giving this a shake. If there was any kind of anything that could be considered nudity But for whatever reason, those aren't considered that in public. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I was walking to the park that day and there was a girl that was walking probably about half a block ahead of me, not too far. And she had on a shirt, right? She had on a shirt and her backpack, and she was clearly going to well, see, I'm not, you do you, but for the sake of the internet and going live, I have to be really careful because all of a sudden, you know, there's swearing. And I mean, while I was there, some kid got beamed in the head and was bleeding everywhere and they had to call an ambulance. Like, it is so unpredictable to live stream in public. And so for the sake of wanting to keep my channel, I need to be really careful what I allow on the live streams. But anyway, she was like a half a block ahead of me, right? But here's the thing. Because of the way her swimsuit was, it was a thong swimsuit, right? But because she had on a longer shirt, the bottom half of her rear you could see, but you couldn't see the swimsuit. So if for some reason you didn't know that she wasn't going to, you know, hang out and sunbathe, it literally looked like she had no pants and no underpants, but just yet sauntering down the sidewalk. Like, I don't know, I suppose when I was, you know, like 18, 19, I wouldn't have had, you know, any issues with that, which is fine. Everybody, you do you. But it was really uncomfortable walking behind her, and I'm trying to like avert my eyes because, like I said, for all intents and purposes, she was essentially, you know, naked booty halfway down, and I'm like, this just seems, I don't know, like if I'm just walking down a normal sidewalk, it's one thing if you're at a beach or a river or whatever else, but when you're just walking down the sidewalk, I mean, it was just, I'm trying not to judge, but it just made me, I was just like, this is really weird and uncomfortable, but I guess now I know what it would look like if somebody was walking around downtown with no pants on. Anyway, needless to say, going live at a public park or at that particular park would not have been wise. So as much as like, because I even thought about like going live just on my phone during the competition, but I do know for that I need to stay as focused as I possibly can. But yeah, so in the meantime, I will just be, until I get further along in my confidence in my ability to get the painting done in the set amount of time, I will probably just work off photo references here at the house, and then, you know, eventually graduate. Oh, right? I know, right, Elise? Oh my gosh. But it was just, like, I knew that she had on a thong bikini, right? Like, nobody would actually walk around naked like that. But it was just the idea of what it looked like. I was just like, oh boy. Again, I'm like 38 and I've had a couple kids. I would not do that. But my mom made a good point that, you know, it's just a sign that I have, you know, matured or gotten older or whatever else. You know, there's a reason that you feel as free as you do when you're 18 and 19 and, you know, short of getting good grades or who your boyfriend is at the time, you don't have a whole lot of cares in the world, right? So I was just like, all right, whatever. And just, you know, averted my eyes. But I was just like, as it is, if you saw the reel that I posted, I had to shoot a few of those clips multiple times because I couldn't have anybody walking by in the background with their booties hanging out because I didn't want to get dinged. Are we highing or buying, Christine? I think we're buying. So have a great day. So anyway, as much as I think it would be fun to go live while I'm, you know, out and about painting, it's just probably just a little too risky. I don't mind doing a few clips, but so anyway, you know, I'm trying not to be too judgmental. You know, they can do them. It's not like they're doing anything illegal. Like, it doesn't mean that I have to do it. I definitely, you know, I had like my pants on, a black t-shirt, headphones on. Like, I was definitely giving off vibes of, I am not here to sunbathe or to speak to anyone. So I just, you know, did my own thing. But yeah, so as fun as it would be to go live while I'm out and about, it's just not super practical. Okay, so we have a little bit of white on there. We'll probably, let's add, oh, we didn't finish that branch. So anyway, yeah, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. I like challenging myself artistically, and I think that's definitely gonna do it. Kara, thank you so much, Kara. Appreciate the support. We get some hypes in chat for Kara! Exclamation point hype. Oh, I can type. There we go. All sounds good. Have fun, I guess. I don't know. I have to go to the dentist soon too. Is that just a white paint pen? Yeah, this was the Arteza white paint pen. I shake it a lot because if it does not get accurately mixed, it just sort of soaks into the page and doesn't sit on top. Good morning, Allison. How are you? Oh, that being said, I don't have exact days for you guys yet. But at some point this summer, I'll be taking some time off to spend some vacation time with the fam. But it won't be till later this summer, and I'll give you guys plenty of notice. But just a heads up. Later in the summer that we do that. Do you guys have any nature preserves where you would be alone? So that's the other thing. When I am painting, I get in the zone, right? I'm like sucked into it, and being a young lady and distracted in public with no one around is safety-wise is not super smart. So, yeah, white paint pens are great for that. So, oh, yay, Yana, that's awesome. So safety-wise, I don't think it would be super wise for me to go out on my own without someone paying attention, which is why I went to that park, because I knew there were so many people there. I wouldn't, have to risk somebody like coming up behind me or whatever else. There's just too many risks, I suppose. Thank you, Kenny. And so as fun as it would be to like just go off somewhere by myself, it makes me a little bit too nervous, and I wouldn't be able to like concentrate and really enjoy myself. So I'm a bit hesitant to like go in nature by myself. So I try to stick more to public areas. With the competition, we'll be in the main part of town, so I don't have to worry about that as much. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm really excited to like just kind of share. Oh, that's beach blue. I meant to do baby blue. Share the whole process with you guys. Could Steve go with you? He could, but then that means that the kids have to come with me, which means they need to be occupied and entertained. And there is no way on this green earth that they are going to have the patience to wait for me to paint for multiple hours. So other plans that I have is to like go downtown and paint some of the buildings. Basically, I just need to be somewhere where I am not going to be alone and at risk. I know it sucks, but it's just the way the world is these days. And if you are not alert and aware of your surroundings, you are just asking for danger. And I'm certainly not going to be, I'm using Smith Blue. I'm not going to be able to enjoy myself if I'm constantly worried about, if anybody's behind me or coming up behind me or whatever else. Pale Celestine. So safety definitely has to be a big factor when choosing my locations, which is why, for the sake of me being able to concentrate and actually enjoy myself, I'm working off of reference photos for now. Aw, thanks. It's gonna be good though. It's gonna be good. Let's see. Gray, yellow, and there's the potential to meet, other people who have the same interests of me. So I'm making an effort. I'm socializing. I'm an extrovert, yes, but I'm also extrovert to a point where sometimes it can be difficult to find people that can deal with my extrovertedness, aka my ability to have a lot of conversation and does not like a lot of silence. So, anyway. So I'm excited about meeting other people that have interest and just like getting involved with the community alone. Oh, nice, Yana. Yeah, and that's what it's going to be like. So it's not, a constant group. They do have meetups and such. But I am really excited about the plein air competitions. I've never done it before, but I think that I have learned enough over the years that it's something that I can attempt to tackle. Let's see. This is Gray Blue 08. Let's do that. I am using alcohol markers. So I'm using a mix of the Ohuhus and the Artezas and the Copics, just depending on what colors I have available to me. I'm going to do a Gray Blue 06, I think I have out already. Gray, let's see. Gray, green, pastel blue. Pastel blue could work. Let's see, gray, blue, 06. Here we go. Yeah, I have a tendency. Okay, so here's the thing for me. Here's part of my issue. So, ooh, fabulous Cuban food. Have fun. Here's the issue. So when it comes to talking art, I do not get that many opportunities to just chat about art with people, except can the sound of silence. Hi, Sigrid. Except when I'm live streaming, because I'm around all of you, and a lot of you can understand and appreciate art talk and, you know, contribute to thoughts and have, you know, opinions that we can discuss back and forth. But because it's done on the live stream, it tends to sometimes be a one-sided conversation, at least for the live stream. One of the things about live streaming is that you have to keep, let's see, pale pink, depending on, you know, what you're doing, you kind of have to keep the conversation going. And over the last 4 years of me doing this, well, we're coming on almost 5 years, my brain has kind of been trained to have the next 5 topics of conversation ready to go in the back of my head. So I find it easier. Granted, I do have a bit of a filter because, you know, I'm careful with, you know, how much personal stuff I share, you know, based on location or the family or whatever else. But as far as art conversations are concerned, I don't struggle with finding, sometimes I do, but for the most part, it kind of flows from one thought to the next. And doing that in person. So when I talk about art to people, I have a tendency to just keep going. Like I do, I have self-control, but when I have trained myself so much to have the next conversational piece ready to go, it's really easy for me to, without realizing, just keep going. Like I have to physically tell myself sometimes, like in my head. And again, I know part of this is my personality, and I talk a lot when I'm passionate about something. And so I just keep going. And when you talk to and meet people who do not handle my, wait, what is it that you let, not even so much that, because I have trained perpetually exhausted pigeon. Oh no. When I am with friends that don't necessarily have interest in art, I do have this little voice in my head. Ooh, coughing. I do have this little voice in my head that tells me to, one, slow down, pay attention to what they are saying, take an interest in their interest. Don't just move on to the next piece of conversation that makes it about you. To take the moment, ask them questions, and listen to what they're saying, and then build off their conversation. I have had to train myself to do that. However, especially when I'm meeting new people, they haven't heard any of my stories yet, right? That's exactly it, Shannon. I am used to you guys, and I am used to needing to be able to keep the conversation going. Like, yes, I can chat with you guys, but if somebody is not chatting, like they're lurking or something, a lot of times the entertainment comes from my ability to keep the conversation going. And so I don't like to have a lot of quiet or a lot of dead space, which for my personality works well. I grew up in a large family. It was not quiet often. And I think that's part of the reason why Steve and I work well together, because he grew up an only child. So like silence doesn't bother him, but also he loves me. So my talking doesn't bother him either. But also we've been together for a very, very long time. So there's not a ton of new stories, right? But if you add in brand new people, so they haven't heard any of my stories, right? They haven't been to the streams. They haven't heard any of that. Interests that I'm passionate about, like art, I have a tendency to treat the conversation like I would a live stream, because the live streams are really the only time I can passionately talk about my art. So enter in real people that have no idea why I'm as insane as I am. And I have not yet explained the live streams. I'm well aware that I can be a bit much, and I don't realize it. So meeting people outside of stream that will also be interested in the arts that I like. I'm gonna need to retrain my brain a little bit so that first impressions matter. And if their first impression of me is that I am a walking word vomiter who gets entirely too excited about, art, it's a bit much. It's a bit much at first, and I'm aware of that. And it's something that I'm working on. But yeah, it can make it a little difficult sometimes. It started to say honestly. That's hilarious. Right, Marcy? Exactly. My mother and I are very extroverted, and it just works out well for us. My husband was falling asleep. You weren't saying that he already does. Hi, Kelly. How are you? So yeah, it's it's gonna be people. Yeah, and that's the hope. So my goal with meeting these new people in these new situations is, I'm using the pale pink, like I trained myself to have normal non-art related conversations with people I want to be friends about. I now need to train myself to reel it in a little bit, wait for them to respond, and don't just keep rolling on to the next piece of conversation. So it's just been many years of just the only people I can talk to about art are those that I stream with. And what do I do when I live stream? Keep the conversation rolling and try not to have a lot of dead space. So yeah, I have to train myself to, function like other adults. Came to a restaurant, the hostess has the Worlds of Wonder book at their table. I go, super sizing, I colored. It's fun. Right? Exactly. So I have no one to talk to about my hobby, so sometimes he surprises me with, for example, that he recited to me all the names of the crayon companies I have. Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh, thank you, Kelly. See, that's one of the reasons that I actually really enjoy talking to my brother when we have a chance to, because my brother is the kind of guy he's very genuine. We're going to do the baby blue from Copic. He's very genuine, and he loves talking to people who are passionate about what they do. So it wasn't this year, but last year when he called me for my birthday, because, we live far away from each other, so birthdays are mostly just phone calls and take the time to see how, the other sibling is doing. He had asked me, I forget what the wording was exactly, but basically he wanted to know what was up with my life, how I was doing, how things were going. And I got started talking about, I think it might have been coloring or some sort of art. And I caught myself and I was like, oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. That's probably not something that you want to hear about. Because I know that a lot of times if you have no interest in the subject, you kind of like zone out or yawn out. But he legitimately wanted to hear about my coloring and about my live stream. And he said that part of the reason that he likes listening to that is because he loves listening to people talk about things they are passionate about. And that was exactly it. And it was kind of nice. Like, I was like, wait, he actually wants to hear about this? Like, and he did. He legit did. And it's just like, he's super caring that way and just super intuitive. And so it's like, oh, thanks. That's a good birthday present. Yeah, Melissa, we're sort of, we got a hoo-hoos out and Artesas and Copics just because I need a smorgasbord of colors. We need to add a slightly different color here. Let's go in with, what do we have out here? Let's look at our color chart. I think I need to add like more like we did on the bananas color to this a little bit. Right? He really is. He really is. I'm hoping to get to see him later this year. Let's do maybe the beach blue. I think the beach blue would be good. Now my head's probably, yep, there it is. My head's in stream. Baby blue. I'm looking at the sides of all these markers. Beach blue. Here we go. So yeah, as far as brothers are concerned, he's pretty awesome. Okay, so we're gonna add beach blue. So I need to, it's like when I was in high school, and in high school, part of your grade is that you have to give presentations in class, which, given that I live stream now, I probably wouldn't have as much of an issue with it. Like, I wouldn't be as nervous. But I even had this issue when Steve and I read out our vows at our wedding. When I am nervous, I talk even faster, which you may all think, talk even faster? I have friends that can't hold conversations unless it's about their kids. I can do that for a bit, but I have to be able to talk. Yeah, see, that's the other thing is my kids are older now, and it was different when, you know, we were all moms and, you know, we had kiddos in diapers and we had all of that in common, but I just don't have that in common with a lot of mom friends anymore. So that's why it's important to me to be able to find friends that have the same interests. So, and like I said, I realized I was never going to be able to do that if I just stayed home. So that's part of the reason why I reached out to the whole artistic community, because I was just like, oh, yeah, we need this. But yeah, so since I don't have as much that in common anymore, I'm like, okay, well, now it's time to branch out a little bit. See, it's great. Is he here on your live streams? Awesome. No, I don't know that he's ever been to any of my live streams, but part of it is he is incredibly busy. Usually if we can fit in a phone call, it's like in between, he runs his own company. So it's like in between jobs and everything. And he will, like, he'll be on his way to a job somewhere and he'll call me up. He's like, all right, I got 10 minutes. Give me the Cliff Notes version. I want to know what's going on in your life. Anything I should know. So we have more shorter conversations, but they're shorter and meaningful. So I would never expect him to ever be in the live streams. Mostly because he just does not have the time. But he is aware of them. Okay, so let's do Baby Blue now. But yeah, I mean, that's what it's like when you get older, right? Like, you just, everything's busy. But with the age differences between me and my siblings, me and my brother probably spent the most time together as kids. But yeah. I mean, I don't know, maybe he came to one once and just like lurked for a little bit. My other siblings have been here, and my mother is here frequently. And I know that my dad has watched some of the streams with her. Okay, so I'm trying to leave like these lighter bits so that they kind of poke out a bit. Speaking of mothers, if you if you have your mother, whatever, don't forget, in a week, Mother's Day is coming up. Okay, so that's good there. Let's add a little bit of the, exactly, Life Happens. Pale cobalt green of the Copics. Looks like that's still got some ink in it. Oh, thanks. Lay down, watch a full sleep. Oh, yeah, get some rest, Renee. Get some rest. We have friends coming over tonight. Well, actually, I say friends, but they're more Steve's friends at this point. I've only spoken to him a couple times, but the point is, they're coming over tonight, which means I'm going to make dinner for all of us. So, tonight I am making a massively sized pot of potato soup. So that should be fun. And I'm either going to make peanut butter cookies for dessert, or, because I haven't made it yet, you guys remember me talking about that gluten-free funnel cake recipe? I'm thinking about maybe doing that tonight if I'm feeling adventurous. Trying to make friends, yet all the men I know have the same friends. Oh my gosh, right? Steve has had these best friends since, like, ever. And I'm just like, I've had best friends throughout my life. Let's see, I'm gonna do pale lemon. I want to put a little bit of yellow in here. I had a friend that I grew up with when I was younger. We lived in the same town, went to the same church. We'd have play dates and everything. And oddly enough, she actually lives, well, as of when I talked to her last, which was a very long time ago. She is within driving distance, but we just haven't talked in ages, and our lives went in such opposite directions. Like, we're just not the same people. Oh, yes, Kim, please rest. Oh my gosh. I had that a couple days ago. For whatever reason, like, I've been doing good on water. I haven't had, like, any extra sweets. I haven't, like, I was doing so good, but bam, out of nowhere, I got hit with one a few days ago, and it just knocked me out for the whole day. What's the difference in ages of your siblings? Well, I don't want to give away too much information, but we're spread out probably a little bit more than your traditional siblings. But I think that's kind of helped us on one hand. What, Maylin? Like, are we talking like unsolved mysteries kind of deal? Or just they fell out of touch? Right? Yes, he's still friends. He still talks to them. Oh my gosh, Maylin. Friends are far away from the Pacific Northwest. It's a good portion of mine were. But I mean, I also have friends where, you know, I kind of like fell out of friendship with them. Okay, we're going to use a little bit of the gray yellow. I don't know, like we've all just sort of changed and don't have anything as much in common. I think what keeps Steve with his childhood friends is that they still have a lot of like similar interests and everything. But you know, it's interesting. I remember asking my parents one time. So there was this family that we would go and visit pretty frequently. We stayed over at their house. I had a surprise birthday party. Like it was a friendship that was going for many, many years. And I always had fun. I was friends with their daughter. Like I still followed their daughter on like, see, do we want to do, let's do a little bit of gray blue on, you know, social media and everything, but we never talk. We never talk. And it was something I didn't really understand when I was a kid, because eventually, obviously we moved, we didn't go see them anymore. And I just never really understood why as a kid. Like, I was just like, I thought we were friends kind of thing. The whole, you know, object permanence thing, like it just wasn't something that my brain understood. And I think I remember asking my mom about it once, like, how come we don't go see them anymore? And I was, you know, just like, oh, well, we just, you know, lives changed. We moved away. And I was like, there was all these contributing factors, obviously, which makes sense to me now as an adult. There was no like massive falling out or anything. But as I have gotten older and have, you know, changed friendships or, you know, moved on or moved away, that was way too dark. I don't like that. We may put some white on top of them. It's just changed. And so I just didn't really understand that. I mean, I do now, like I said, as an adult, but 50 years, holy heck. Oh, I hope that heals quickly. No, it's really not the same. And especially once we all get old enough and start having kids and everything, like it just, life changes. I mean, honestly. Sorry, this box had the Prismacolors that I had set out saved from all of this. See, my best friend that I had in high school, I specifically don't talk to her anymore. Like, there's a few people that I went to high school with that I still on occasion talk to. But, I don't know, I feel like high school was the people you were forced to be around, right? And I was too socially awkward to really be successful in making any of those long-lasting friendships. Drama! I know, right? I do have one friend in particular from where we lived previously that she and I still talk, send birthday gifts and everything. And, you know, when we go back there, we'll visit, definitely. In fact, when Steve is finally done, I'm using a little bit of a white Prismacolor to change this. Sounds good, Natalie. Thanks for stopping in. So, you know, it's mostly distance that's keeping us unable to see one another. But, yeah, you know, things just change as you get older. People change, you change, interests change, all that kind of stuff. It's just one of those things. All right, I'm going to grab a little bit of, let's see, this is Periwinkle, number 1025. Oh my gosh, Paula, never again. I suppose I wouldn't mind if I could keep my current knowledge. But even still, like, what would I do with that knowledge? Try to become cooler? No. Like, looking back on how some of those kids were, I would not. There's a reason that as adults, we didn't continue our association. I was actually thinking the other day, I was just like, well, I graduated in 2004. It's 2024. Huh. This would be 20 years since high school. And then I was like, I wonder if they'd still do a 20-year reunion. And then immediately after I thought that, I was like, even if they did, I don't think I want to go. Like, what would be the point? Like, the people from high school that I want to talk to, you know, sure, I'm friends with on social media, but the rest of them, there is absolutely zero desire to connect with these people, you know? Straight to art school? Oh, 40, I love that. There you go. Yeah, D, absolutely. I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like, I don't think I want to. I have no desire. And I think high school reunions were more important back in the years that, you know, social media didn't exist. Yeah, that's the same thing for us. Last time we had... Yeah, I mean, and it was okay. It was kind of nice to see them, but yeah. Right, Mrs. Butterfly? I know. Really, Vicky? See, that's kind of cool, though. All right, so we're going to use the white paint pen. We're going to add a little bit of white to these edges here because they do have a little bit of frost on them. If you guys missed the announcement earlier, I have made the decision to my Friday streams will no longer be in the evening. They are going to be morning streams. I'm well aware that that may cause an issue for some, but the reasoning in doing this is that for whatever reason, where I live and the internet that I have does not cooperate in the evenings, especially in the evenings on the weekends. And there is no point in me doing an evening stream if it's not even going to work. So, yeah, officially we'll be changing. If for some reason something changes and the internet becomes miraculously better after like all the construction is done or whatever, I might consider it. But for the foreseeable future, we will be having morning streams on Fridays. But if you also missed my post, I'm going to be doing a few more impromptu streams because I am going to be taking part in a painting competition in the fall. And I need to train myself because one of the competitions that we are doing is you have to paint outside like a landscape, but you have to finish it in 2 hours. I am not in that point in my ability to be able to get it done and have it look nice in 2 hours. And so I need to practice a lot more. So the idea is because there will be distractions during the competition, I thought what better way to practice than to go live with you all. It'll be silent streams. I'm not going to be talking. I'm not going to be giving instruction. It will literally just be me painting with music on. I might like, you know, do a conclusion at the end or say hi at the beginning, but it won't be like our regular streams. And it won't be instead of our regular streams. So keep an eye out for that. Honestly, if everything goes according to plan, I may even go live tomorrow morning. And rather than at the 10 a.m.s, just because of the way that my schedule works, with dropping off kids and doing work runs and all of that, it may even end up being earlier than this. So just something to keep an eye out for. Mostly just, you know, keep an eye on, make sure you're subscribed and you'll get, you know, get those notifications on and you'll know when I go live. Oh. Yeah. I was better with the kids around my age than my own class. Right? Exactly. Bye, Meilin. Thanks for being here. Exactly. I have no interest. Just had an invite for 25 years. They can shove it right. Oh my gosh. Live streams in the morning are way better for me. Yeah, same. One of the girls that was bullied me a couple years ago. She moved in my hair, but she apologized for behavior back then. This is the nicest person. I mean, isn't that what it's like? Yeah, plain air. Exactly, 40. Isn't that like what it's like now? Like, of course we've all matured and grown up. Honestly, my years between 18 and 20, like, just feel like a fever dream, man. Let's see. Is it morning or evening for you now? It's morning for me now. So, it is currently, holy crap, you guys. It's almost noon. Anyway, it's 11:48 a.m. right now. I will be scheduling them and I'll make announcements to the community tab. So just make sure that you're following there. Watch movie on Friday nights, right? Yeah, this Friday. So that's going to start this Friday. Keep an eye because it won't be exactly at 10 because I have to adjust it because I have a doctor appointment at 9. So we may end up going live at 11 a.m. my time on Friday. Two friends my age that I've known since I was a baby and we live over 1,000 miles from each other in Colorado. Oh, I love that. traveled and saw a lady doing plein air. I think she was in a competition because I tried to say hi and stuff and she dismissed me. Yeah, because that's the thing. There's going to be distractions, but since you're timed, like, you don't want to get distracted. It's 7 p.m. here, so mornings for you are good for me. Yeah, so if it's almost 7 p.m. your play or where you're at, then it would be like 5 p.m. is when I start. Plein air is when you're painting outside. Generally, you take a field easel with you. And you set up and you paint outside. You're painting a like usually a landscape or buildings or something. So for me, there's 3 in this thing I'm going to be involved with. There's 3 different competitions. One of them is a fine arts gallery show. So you complete 3 pieces and they get submitted for the gallery show. But then the other 2 competitions are you get your canvas or your paper stamped and you have to do these paintings in specific locations. One of them, you have 3 days to complete your painting. And they want you to take like in progress pics while you're out and about because they have to prove that you didn't like take it home and like work on it at home. So you have to do it outside. You have 3 days to finish that one. And then the other one, which is the one that I need to train for, is it's like a fast painting competition. And you have 2 hours to complete your paintings. And so that is the one that I'm needing to practice for because I can do the painting, sure, but it's doing that in that small amount of time. I did a practice run yesterday and it was like 3 hours in and it still wasn't done. So my idea was, what better way to train myself for a time limit than to just go live? I'll have the distraction of the live, which should be about the equivalent of the distractions that'll happen when I'm doing the competition. Yeah, it'll be set for 2 hours. Like I'll have a little timer up in the corner. Friday night, not Friday morning every week. I get to the computer, I'm staring at everything for work and y'all are not here. Then I remember. Yeah, painting outdoors, exactly. Let's see. You know, this might be a good stopping point, actually. Oh, you know what we could do? We could go down and add some frost on these little pods and these leaves down here. Yoink, welcome back, Marcy. Oh no! Oh, she sounds like me. I hope she's okay. Turn that down a little bit. Whenever the sun moves, it changes because I got the window open. All right, let's do these on the leaves. So it's gonna be fun and it'll be a challenge, but I kind of like challenging myself artistically. I'm comfortable enough now in what I can do that I foresee this as something that I can succeed at. Whether or not I'll win, that'll be a whole other issue. No idea who's joining, but there's a lot of talented artists. But it's mostly for fun and to make connections and try and just, you know, connections, basically. Connect myself with the community, find people with similar interests, and have fun. And I'm not gonna lie, the first, second, and third prizes are pretty awesome. Like for the 3-day one, the first place prize, I want to say is like $600. And that would be really nice. Obviously, I'm not going to, you know, you set your bar low and you won't be disappointed. So if I win, great. But mostly I'm in it for the experience and to meet new people and to expand my repertoire and everything else. So personal growth is my biggest reason for it. If I happen to win, great. Awesome bonus. But mostly I'm in it for me. So, yeah, it should be fun. Which is easier for you, pencil or paint? These days, paint. Definitely. But I'm also trying to practice, like, because with the plein air ones, when you're doing like a landscape, it's easier to sketch your drawing with paint than it is pencil. So I'm trying to get past that. And I'm diving into using gouache more. I really feel like I enjoy gouache a lot more than I do watercolor. But yeah, so I'm going to be practicing a lot in the coming months to kind of prepare for that. Which means that as long as I'm feeling comfortable with it and I've got the time for it, I want to try and go live more often. Now, granted, when the kids are out of school, it may change a little bit, but they're just going to be bonus streams. I'm not going to do it instead of the coloring streams. I'm going to do it in addition to. So if you are wanting just something on in the background where there's music and a painting getting created, it will be from start to finish because that's the competition. I have to get it done in 2 hours. So it's going to be challenging, but also in a good way. Right? I know it. Going to have some bruises. Oh, I hope she heals quickly. All right, let's turn that down just a little bit. There we go. All right, much more progress. However, zooming out and looking at it, I want this contrast to be a lot stronger. I mean, look at this. We have all of this. We could definitely add some purple to these. But because I've already added a lot of the paint pen to it, we may go in with like Prismacolor or the purple. I wanted the fruit to be lighter than the baboon because I want him to, or not baboon, the mandrill. I want him to stand out, but I also don't want to lose the contrast. There's also some open calls at a gallery here, which is just basically where they say, hey, there's this open call for artwork. If you want to submit, you can. But it's another big step because these are juried shows. It means not only do you have to submit your artwork, but the people that are on the jury that say what goes in the show, you have to make it past them. So it has to be good enough to get past them. But for now, I'm not going to worry about that too much, and I'm going to be working towards submitting for the competition. So, because I do still have a very busy schedule, and I have things to do aside from that. But yeah, who knows what it'll turn into? But also, social media is really hard. YouTube is fine because I do live streams with you guys, but like even Instagram by itself. It is so hard to keep up with the changes. And if I could get to the point in my art career that I am not solely dependent on the whims of the algorithm, that would be fabulous. So I think to do that, I need to look a bit outside of the internet, Let's see. 90, that's amazing. Get another grab bar under show. Oh yeah, that would be good. Right? 40, it's intimidating. It is, but if I don't try, I'm never going to grow. And that's what I want to do. I am lucky enough to be in a position where I don't have to work a 9 to 5. I don't have to go out and get somewhere part-time. So, after the household chores are done and the kids are taken care of, if I can spend some time working to better myself, then I think it'd be good. Yeah, the algorithm is hard, especially lately. Like, it's just, yeah. And I just don't want my career to be dependent on the whims of the internet. Like, it's just it's too sketchy, right? Well, I definitely got a lot more done, and this stream was so much smoother. 0 dropped frames. Friggin' amazing. So, yeah. I might work on this a little bit off stream, but we'll see, because our next stream will be Friday morning. Okay, so we're going to do words here in a minute. So for now, because I don't know the exact time because I have that doctor's appointment Friday morning, I want you guys, if you want to be here for that, just check the community tab, check for when it's scheduled, but also just keep your notifications on. Like, you'll want to go to the little bell and click all notifications, because that's going to give you what you need when we go, randomly live for the painting or whatever else. Anyhoozle, all right. Would anybody like to do a little words on stream? We can do a round, because I need to go eat something. It's not loading correctly. I need to go eat something and get the house ready. This is not. Game is not loading. It's like giving me a weird web page. Let me see here. Hang on. Oh, guys, the web page is not working. It's doing something really funky. I'm almost wondering if their web page got hacked. If you go to Google and you type in words on stream, the second one that comes up, it's not in English anymore. That's a bit sketch. Well, we won't be logging into that, will we? Okay. Okay, it looks like we can't do words on stream because the website's all funky. Hopefully it'll be ready and better by Friday. But yeah, so like I said, keep an eye on your notifications. Make sure that they're set. Right? Thanks. Yeah, make sure your notifications are all set, and that'll keep you posted on everything. All right, everyone. Thank you for being awesome and wonderful. Congrats to those that got their squares today. Kara, thank you for your super chat. I will see you on Friday, okay? Friday morning from here on out, morning. All right, everyone. Keep being awesome. Love y'all. And I'll see you in a couple days. All right? Bye.